And the runner goes. Throw down. And it'll hop into center field. Good slide there by Palladino, and he's safe for the bag in second. Nick Otis showing off a strong arm from behind the plate. Stamford made that close in the bag. Pitch again fouled off. South Windsor at the plate. Nice to be with you all. High fastball, swing and a miss, and a strikeout. Pretty pitch there by Burr, making them chase. Dugout goes. Ganassi brings it to plate. Brady Ward. Ward will graduate from South Windsor in 2019. Must make him a junior. This year's class, believe it or not, will be the class of 2018. Exhibition baseball today here from Dunkin Park. Lapour's pitch behind the ear to the right fielder. And coming on to make the catch is Penserio, and that's going to do it in the bottom of one. We've completed one, and your score, 0-0. Stamford, South Windsor. We'll be right back.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, welcome right back. Played one of this 17 and under Junior American Legion battle between Stamford and South Windsor, both coaching staffs having some conversations on how they're going to play people today. This is a lot to the thrill of it, the experience of being here at a minor league ballpark. Matter of fact, I think it was voted tops in the country as the Yard Goats play here. This is Hackett to step on in. Hackett playing third base, at least starting that way, in the first pitch, and Hackett drives it to the center fielder. Diving effort, the ball will get on by. And we'll go with a base hit for Hackett.
Now batting for Stamford, number 16, Lewis Bayer.
Brings up Lewis Bayer, the left fielder. Bayer, a left-handed hitter, in the pitch to the plate, just outside. Bayer will be in the 11th grade in September. Those are the King School. Pitch fouled on. High school baseball coach is Ken Lewis, who has had tremendous success coaching at the junior ranks for Stamford. Bear can also pitch, was terrific in a Little League All-Star game last year, striking out 15 batters. That pitch will go to the backstop, and the runner, Hackett, will take second base, and he's now in the scoring position here in the second.
Now batting for Stamford, number 31.
They actually called that ball 4 also, with the Bear down to the bag at first. So now you have runners at first and second base for Stamford. It's interesting, they built this beautiful ballpark, but where they put the press box, believe it or not, we cannot see the scoreboard in left field. They put the press box on the third base side. There's a beautiful bunt laid down, throw to the bag at first, and in time for the out there.
Now batting for Stamford, number 9, Joshua Figueroa.
Otis laid down a beautiful bunt. He's wearing number 31 today with a number change, and he'll position 2 in the scoring position for Figueroa. Joshua to the plate, playing some second base. That pitch is over for the strike call. Figueroa also a student at King School. He'll be a junior in September. And the pitch. Line drive. Great play by the first baseman. A snaring catch. And that will rob Stamford of a base hit and a big run up on the board. What a beautiful play. Jake Main making a terrific play. 5'7", 135 out of South Windsor. And what a catch that was. And we're going to see a pitching change upcoming. I believe. Maybe we won't. Looking to the outfield now. Well, they do have the bullpen active. They're going to see a lot of different pitches come on in today. So we do have a pitching change upcoming. With that happening, we'll take a quick break. We're back with more. And here in a moment on SportingNewsCT.com, American Legion Baseball, alive and well in 2017.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
All right, welcome right back as we continue. Stamford just robbed of a base hit and some runs on a terrific play by the first baseman. Playing here today for South Windsor, Jake Maine doing the job. And the second pitcher being utilized is Brady Ward. Pitch is popped up to the outfield and coming on in the center fielder to make the play for the inning's final out. So good job done as Nicholas Kinsella makes the play in the outfield out of South Windsor. He'll graduate in 2018. Inning over. We'll be back for the bottom of 2. We're still scoreless. Stay with us.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills.
All right, welcome right back. South Windsor coming to the plate here in the bottom of inning number 2 of a scoreless game. And that's James Pullman leading it off. Pullman at 6'3", 180. Certainly has good size. Pullman trying to set the table here in the first inning for the 17 and under South Windsor Legion team. And he'll poke one high up into the air. Right fielder coming on, and that's going to be put away. Ciro doing the job. Out there in right field defensively, and you have one out. Near the bottom of inning number 2.
Number 37, Jake Maine.
Brings Jake Maine to the plate, made that terrific play just a bit ago, saving a run and keeping this game scoreless here today. Pitch to Maine is down low. Pitch to Jake, and he hits it high in the air. Center fielder will float underneath it, and he'll put it away. You have 2 down. Maine 11th grader in South Windsor. One of his fondest baseball memories for Maine, winning Zone 8 2 consecutive years. Pitch down low. Do not have a 22 on my lineup card for South Windsor, so we do apologize about that, as that pitch is in for the strike. We're into the windup, and the pitch. Big fastball swing and a miss, and a strikeout. And South Windsor will go quietly here in the inning. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with more right here on SportingNewsCT.com.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's
All right, welcome right back as we continue with our coverage of American Legion baseball here today. Making some adjustments here on day one of American Legion coverage as we kick it off today. And Stamford to the plate. That ball lofted by Pensero to the right fielder. It's going to be caught. Still scoreless as we're into the third inning. Seen some pretty nice play already today.
Now batting for Stamford, number 21, Tyler Love.
As Tyler Luters to the plate, he's the center fielder, at least starting that way for Stamford today versus South Windsor. That's Brady Ward out in the mound. And the pitch in there for the strike call. Pitch popped up off the fist. Everybody's shading their eyes from the sun. It's going to be caught by the third baseman. That's Josh Hobbs. So Hobbs makes the play for South Windsor.
Number 3, Liam Nicholson.
So here's Liam Nicholson up for the second time. He walked back in the first inning, was stranded on the bases. The Ward pitch, curveball, missed outside. Outfield remains just about straight away for South Windsor. Ward's pitch missed. .388 to get it out of here to center, about .392. Kind of an angled outfield in center field. .308 down the right field line, down the left field line. You got to poke your head out the window from our broadcast location. Still can't see it, but probably about .315 or so. Brady Ward ready to deal it. Big leg kick from the righty. Comes with a fastball, and that's fouled off by Nicholson. Brady Ward going into his junior year at South Windsor High School. One of his fondest moments as a baseball player. For the pitcher out there for South Windsor, as the ground ball's hit the third, and it will find its way through the dive of Josh Hobbs, and that's a base hit for Nicholson. He's on base for the second time. For Brady Ward, he made it to the Connecticut State Finals as a 12-year-old All-Star in Little League. They were one game away from playing on ESPN. Played JV baseball a year ago at South Windsor, led the team in hits. Throw to the bag at first, not only playing a rigorous American Legion schedule is Brady, also works at Ellington Ridge Country Club. So Brady Ward facing Papora, trying to help his own cause. Starting pitcher for Stamford today. Stamford always around the leaders, whether it's junior American Legion baseball, senior ball. They have put together a terrific program. Prep School Division II. Ward's going to throw to first. Very warm day, but comfortable day. Runner goes. Curveball hit on the ground, and that's going to be a fair ball down the line. And heading the third, and in standing up is Liam Nicholson, and he got him on the corners. Well, he was going. Beautiful bit of execution, but able to put it right down the line. Now they're on the corners for South Windsor, and the difficulties are now on the mound for Brady Ward as stepping up to the plate. Will be Matt Tiplety, as the entire South Windsor infield is going to get together here for a moment. So Tiplety coming up. In a big situation with the runner just 90 feet away. All right, conversation over. Long look in by Ward, trying to get out of this first and third jam, and the pitch is down low. Tiplety is up for the first time today.
Number 22, Matt Tiplety.
And the runner goes for a second. They'll throw down, and they got him. Throw was a bit to the second base side, but a nice tag. That was Maine moving over to put the tag on him. He's been an instrumental player now throughout the day, and Stamford's threat of having two on at first and third will go by the board. We'll be back with the bottom of inning number 3 as this game remains scoreless from the Dunkin Donut Park here in Hartford, Connecticut.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American.
All right, right back. Nice to have you with us as we continue with our coverage of American Legion baseball. So excited to be kicking it off here with this interesting matchup between Zone 8 and Zone 4, South Windsor and Stamford. Kinsella leading it off here for South Windsor in the bottom of inning number 3, and that pitch is fouled straight back. Both teams getting all players in to the game today. Isaac Bates in the on-deck circle for South Windsor. That pitch is in for the strike call to Kinsella. So Kinsella awaits the offering. Fouls the pitch straight back. Popora working his 3rd inning here for Stamford out in the mound. Grandpa Pore Sr. at Fairfield Prep. Rudy Moritz, his high school baseball coach. Rudy also is second in command for the hockey team behind my good friend Matt Sather. He had a terrific game for the Jesuits, going a complete game, 13 strikeouts. And he'll get another strikeout right on cue there. So Kinsella will go down.
Now back for South Windsor, number 36, Isaac Bates.
Grant's brother, Taylor, involved with baseball as a scout for high school baseball, working for Prep Baseball Report. So he's got to be excited about that. So Isaac Bates stepping in. He's 5'10", 185 out of South Windsor. He'll be a senior this coming September. Would love to go to the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado. I'll tell you, that is a beautiful campus. I've been there. It's terrific. Big swing and a miss. Popora right now looking rather dominant out in the mound. Young man on the hill right now with a fastball in there for the strike. Wants to take my job working in sports media communication. Also would love to move on to the next level and pitch in college. Popora. Big swing and a miss. Another strikeout, so back to the dugout.
Now back to South Windsor, number 41, Vinny.
Goes Isaac Bates. Vincent Adenisi stepping up to the plate. He'll be a senior at South Windsor High School. That pitch is fouled off. Adenisi went 4 for 4 in a ball game before, so he can swing a hefty bat. His biggest accomplishment is doing well in school, and that is key for Adenisi. And the pitch to the plate, he'll hit it high up into the air. Right fielder on, second baseman out. Right fielder will take command, and it is caught by Pincero, and that is going to do it. So we're through 3, and it's still scoreless between Stamford and South Windsor. Back with more American Legion baseball. That's all upcoming in a moment. Stay with us.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Well, we're excited to bring you another year of American Legion baseball. My counterpart and my good friend Steve Riley. He'll be back in action real soon, as we'll bring you as much coverage of American Legion baseball as we can. Most of the focus, however, will be on tournament play and that final week of American Legion baseball when teams are jockeying for position in each of the zones. So we'll bring you the best of the best games down the stretch of American Legion baseball. That's only a short couple of weeks away. In the meantime, we'll bring you a few here and there. Steve Riley loves to go out to the ballpark. He'll bring you more than I do during the regular part of the season. But it'll be A lot of fun, and it all starts here today. We'll have a schedule put up online for you, but when the games become very, very important down the stretch of the regular season into the tournament, SportingNewsCT.com will cover as many as possible, up to 50 some odd games. So looking forward to that. New pitcher out in the mound, that's Isaac Bates for South Windsor. Third pitcher to be utilized today. Tiplady, he was at the plate when the runner was gunned down, trying to go first to second. That was back in the third. We're on to the fourth inning of a scoreless game. That pitch missed inside. It's been well played by both these teams as far as you might expect. Just a beautiful scenic day here in Hartford, Connecticut. And that pitch is up and in. Bates with that deliberate delivery, and it's going to be called a strike. Tiplady was ready to head down to the bag at first. He's summonsed on back. Pitch fouled off. Nice crowd enjoying the action. What a beautiful ballpark. Seating is very comfortable all the way through. All individual seating here at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Highly suggest you come on out and enjoy a Yards Goats game. They've been very helpful to us. And starting to the bag at first with Tiplady, and he's going to be summons to the dugout instead. That's a strikeout as Bates gets him called out on strike. Anthony Posidento now stepping up to the plate. Anthony's been playing some first base. One down, nobody on the base pass here in the top of the fourth for Stamford. Isaac Bates, right-handed pitch. Snaps it over the outside corner. That's a good fastball. Both teams have shown a lot of ability today. Swing and a miss. And another strikeout. Let's go bring up Shane Hackett. Hackett had a base hit his first time around. Posidento is a student at Trinity Catholic. He'll be a junior there. Pretty good fielder. He's made some terrific catches. And there's a ball hit up the middle by Hackett, and it's going to be knocked down. And Hackett has his second hit of the ball game. Went right after that first pitch. Nice job going after that.
Batting now for Stanford, number 16.
Ball was knocked down by Jake Main. Now Lewis Baer to step in. Going to see a pinch runner come on. I believe it's Rondano. Hard to read the writing on this roster sheet that they gave me here today. At any rate, Stanford with a runner. Pinch runner on the bag at first. Pitch will come to the plate, and that's down low. Stanford is threatened, had him on the corners back in the third, could not get a run home. Into the fourth inning. That pitch down low. Isaac Bates from the stretch will twist and throw to first. Runner gets on back. Ground ball down to the third base field, thrown across the diamond in time for the out by Josh Hobbs, and that will do it in the top of 4. So they get a runner on to Stamford, but they strand him at the bag at first after the Hackett hit. We'll be back with the bottom of inning number 4 of a scoreless game. All that upcoming, just a moment.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
I never realized how much the American...
All right, welcome right back as we continue with our coverage of American Legion baseball on this delightful day. The Stamford 17 and under squad is unbeaten. They have not lost. They're 11-0. South Windsor, their team record at 4-3. This game, I believe, being treated more as an exhibition game today at Dunkin Park, so it probably will not reflect win or loss on either one of the team records competing here. Have the senior game coming your way in just a tad also as we continue. Popora continues to deal it. No, we got a new pitcher out there on the mound for Stamford. We'll try to pick that up when we can, because Waldy might be the guy. We'll have to wait for him to turn around. Did not hear a pitching change announcement made, and that ball fouled off. Because Waldy is a pitcher. Because Waldy getting a chance to pitch. Wears number 10 on the back of the jersey for Stamford. Kieran Caffrey at the plate. Pitch outside. Caffrey only a sophomore. He fouls that pitch straight back. He didn't have much to say about his best baseball highlight, a favorite moment concerning baseball. So, quiet young man. Pitch outside. We'll assume that. Because Waldy working quickly. The right-hander's pitch inside. He's down to the bag at first. Goes Caffrey. So he becomes a leadoff base runner here for South Windsor in this scoreless game, and stepping up to the plate is Josh Hobbs. So Hobbs at the plate. He'll try to get something going here with a runner on and nobody out. Be interesting to see if they play a little small ball, or do you let him swing away? He's swinging away and he's hitting it high in the air. Second baseman on back, and on that beautiful grass here at Dunkin Park, the catch is made. That's going to bring up to the plate Santini, Nick Santini, wearing number 1 today for South Windsor. Runner goes, and the throw on down, not in time. A little bit of a double clutch there before the throw went down to the bag at second, and that allowed Caffrey to steal the bag in the scoring position for Santini. So Santini now with a runner in scoring position, the best chance of the day for South Windsor. Pitch down low. Reed gives Waldy's pitch, swinging strike. He's a student at the King's School, will graduate in 2018. The Stamford team made up of players from a variety of schools, Regis High, Trinity, Fairfield Prep, West Hill, Stamford High School, just to name a few. Outfield just about straight away for Santini. As Waldy's pitch fouled off, they had him ducking in the dugout on the first base side. That's the home of Stamford today. South Windsor making their home on our near side left along this third baseline. Here's Waldy's pitch. And that's a strike 3 call over the outside corner. You got Santini looking with a beautiful pitch.
Number 24, Danny Kruzik.
So Danny Kruzik will step in. Kruzik will be a senior when school begins in September. Here comes a pitch to the plate. Missed outside. Kruzik trying to come up with a key hit for his team. Pitch in there for the strike. One of his favorite moments, meeting Bobby Valentine. No stranger to baseball fans throughout the world, obviously. Had a career also working in college athletics at Sacred Heart as the athletic director. That just fell off the table. Big curveball and the strikeout of Kruzik, and that will do it. And we're through 4. It's still scoreless. We'll be back with the top of inning number 5 in a moment. Scoreless between Stamford and South Windsor.
American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined. I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined. I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined. I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion.
All right, welcome on back as we continue into the top of inning number 5. American Legion Baseball, 17 and under. Nice to have you with us. Testing out some of our newer broadcast equipment for this year, and everything seems to be working A-OK from the standpoint of software. This will allow my man, Steve Riley, when he calls games, to bring you some video also. As Otis will step in. Santini, the new pitcher, out in the mound. And a big swing and a miss. So Otis trying to get something going here in the top of the 5th inning. Santini's pitch in there for the strike call. Quite a thrill, you would imagine, for all these youngsters to be here today. Pitch just missed inside. Another off-speed pitch in there for the strike 3 call. Nick Otis go back to the dugout. Student at Stamford High School.
Number 9, Joshua Figueroa.
So he threw a one-hitter in the state semifinals to lead the team to the championship out at Stamford. He's back into the dugout, and at the plate the swing and fouling off is Figueroa. So you got one down, nobody on here in the top of the 5th. Figueroa's going to pop that high up into the air towards the street. Goes out of the roof here at Dunkin Donut Park. Junior at King School, playing for Kenny Lewis. Made a big fielding play as one of his highlights to win a game when he was playing shortstop. He has 2 older sisters. That's fouled off the foot and rolls in the foul play. One's majoring in education at Central Connecticut State University. His other sister at Villanova. Joshua Figge, as they call him. Swim instructor at the YMCA during his off time. Wants to play some college ball. The pitch, Figueroa is going to pop it up. Catcher with the mask off, but it's out of play towards us. A lot of folks here enjoying the action today along with us as we're into the 5th. Stanford's probably had the better scoring opportunities in the contest. Had runners in the corners at 1st and 3rd. Couldn't get a big hit. Drive home or run. Matter of fact, the runner trying to go 1st to 2nd was thrown out. Pitch low and inside. Outfield just about straight away. Concession stand is open. I immediately went off my promise not to eat any of that concession type food because it looked and smelled so good when I got here. Santini makes a fielding play off the mound, throw on the first base, and retired is Figueroa. So you have 2 down with nobody on base. And if everything remains true to form, this would be Palmer coming to the plate. No, we're going to see another pinch hitter. This is Peter Johnson stepping up to the plate for the first time to face Santini. Santini, the sophomore out of South Windsor High School, into the windup, and it's low and inside, nearly clipped the foot of Pete Johnson. That missed outside, and the count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Shouts of encouragement coming from the Stamford dugout for Pete. It's Johnson trying to become a 2-out base runner. That pitch over for the strike call. Low and away, and the count goes 3 balls, 1 strike. I think the hitting start today thus far has been Shane Hackett. There's a walk. Johnson down to the bag at first. Yeah, Hackett with a couple of hits today has certainly been the hitting star.
Number 4, Jason Zveck.
So Jason Zveck stepping up to the plate. So you got a runner on, 2 down for Stamford here in a scoreless game in the 5th inning. American Legion baseball once again alive and well here in the beautiful state of Connecticut. We'll have coverage all the way to the state tournament. We'll bring you some Northeast Regional action again, if permitted. That ball fouled off. Regionals this year, the Northeast Regional, will be played at the College of Holy Cross. I was just up there at Fitton Field the other day for the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association championship baseball game. Some talented players in the state of Massachusetts. That's a beautiful venue. Get a chance to get up there and check it out. Put it on your calendar, first weekend in August. Pitch in there for the strike. Santini's pitch hit hard in the left field, and that is a base hit. Now you got runners at first and second. Good bit of hitting there by Sweck as he really belted that, and he's on at first. So you got 2 on and 2 down, and again, Stamford trying to put together a rally here with 2 down. See if they can come up with a big hit. Break the scoreless tie. Swacco just singled a junior at Trinity Catholic High School. There's a ball hit down the line. Just foul. Everybody's returning to their bases. Swacco's at first base would love to attend Clemson University. Big time football there, isn't it? Luter's at the plate. He's in the 10D of West Hill High School, 11th grader there. His first home run that he remembers was a grand slam home run. He's at the plate now with 2 on, 2 out, and that pitch up high. Luter's has a brother that's an outstanding freestyle skier, top 5 in the country. Pitch a little high. Runners will lead for the bags here in the top of the 5th. 2 down. The pitch fouled straight back. Luter's just missed that. Santini's pitch hit out the left field. Left fielder, however, well positioned, will make the catch. It's out of our camera view there in left field. We do apologize. Couldn't set that camera up directly behind home plate today here at Dunkin Donut Park to give you the entire perspective, but we bring you as much as we can. So Stamford held off the board. They'll strand 2 more. We'll be back with more action of American Legion baseball right here from from beautiful Hartford, Connecticut. That's all upcoming in a moment.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, welcome right back. New pitcher out there on the hill for Stamford, Sammy Pensero, the junior out of Trinity Catholic High School, going through his warm-ups. Was an all-star as a 12-year-older, Little League all-star. Says his sister is a very good dancer. Working at a country club during the summer. That's a great job. I never worked at a country club during the summer. I guess, hindsight, if I could do it over, why not work at a country club? Get a few free rounds of golf and enjoy. A lot of players starting to jog from the Stamford dugout out towards the bullpen. Probably to warm up. We'll see some pitching changes. We're in the
Now
fifth.
back to South Windsor, the number 30, Julian Palladino.
So Palladino to step on in. Julian up for the second time in the ball game. Facing the lefty. Pitch up and in for a ball. Palladino, a junior at South Windsor High School. When he was a little leaguer, made it all the way to the state finals with the South Windsor All-Stars. He's pleased that his sister's out of his hair. She just graduated from high school. He's proud of that accomplishment. His is on its way. A couple short years away. Julian Palladino at the plate, swinging from the right side. Fastball, swing and a miss. Zero's pitch, and that's a little soft humpback whale liner to the diving second baseman, and that's a nice play. Luther's making the play, and you have one down.
And now back to South Windsor, the number 34, Anthony Canacci.
South Windsor haven't threatened too much today. Canacci to the plate. Anthony, student at East Catholic High School, graduate in 2019 from East Catholic. Special thanks to both coaching staffs for relaying all this bio information along about the young men playing in today's game. Pitch a little high. Bases are empty here in the bottom of the fifth of a scoreless game. Pitch in there for the strike call. And that's going to be ball 4. Ganassi down to the bag at first with a walk.
Now batting for South Windsor, number 42, Brady Ward.
So Brady Ward will step in. Ward's been out there in the mound today for South Windsor. Helped keep Stamford off the board. Haven't had a run yet between the two, and that pitch down low. We have the senior game championship game. The senior Stamford 19 and under team taking on South Windsor in our nightcap at 7 o'clock right here from Dunkin' Donuts Park. Fastball, swing and a miss. Runner's going to go, and the pitch is hit to the dive of second baseman and pass. Lucas gave it a great effort there. Runners will advance. That will be recorded as a base hit.
Now batting for South Windsor, number 26.
Now South Windsor threatening with a couple on. So Ward with a single just blooped it out of the reach of the second baseman, who had really left his spot because the runner was going. I believe this is James Pullman at the plate now. Pops it up the foul territory on the first base side, and overrun there by the first baseman. Positento just may have lost sight of that ball in the sun. Pitch down low. The pitch, the Pullman, swing and a miss. Jake Main in the on-deck circle. He has kept this game scoreless with a terrific defensive play early on. Diving snare of a line drive when he was playing first base that prevented a run to score, and there's a strike 3 call. So now 2 down for South Windsor.
Now batting for South Windsor, number 37, Jacob Main.
So Jake Main to dig on in. He's a right-handed hitter. The pitch is over the inside corner for the strike call to Main. They got the runner going to third, safe there, runner to second, no throw. Wow, they just stole one on the pitcher right there. He gave himself a pat on the chest saying that was all me. And Zero now faced with runners at second and third, and a pretty good hitter in Maine at the plate. South Windsor trying to bring home a couple. That was alert base running, pitch down low, nice stop by the catcher. I believe that's Nick Otis behind the plate out of Stamford High School. Zero's pitch. That just missed. And they're going to come out and have a quick chat. Crucial part of the ball game. Both these teams obviously want to win. Tim Daly, the head coach of Stamford's Junior American Legion team. General Manager, as always, Chris Sabia. I'd like to say hello to Chris. Obviously, Chris has been instrumental in the growth of American Legion baseball in Stamford. He has given so much time to it. All right, Maine is ready at the plate. Here comes the pitch from the lefty, low and inside. First base is open. You have two down, runners at second and third. Best chance for South Windsor here today. Pitch to Maine, hits it high in the air to the right fielder, but there's plenty of room, and it's caught for the inning final out. We'll travel on to the sixth. We are still scoreless. 17 and under baseball, Connecticut American Legion style. Back with the sixth in a moment. Still a scoreless ball game.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The Eighth Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, welcome right back. Andrew Novak going through his warm-ups as we move on to the sixth inning. A new pitcher on for South Windsor in this scoreless game. Andrew Novak will be a junior at South Windsor High School. Had a walk-off home run as a highlight. Also very proud of his sister graduating from South Windsor High School, and Novak continues to go through his warm-ups. The right-hander, tall and lanky, out there on the hill for South Windsor. Stamford has had a couple of chances in this ball game. Some pretty good fielding has robbed him of a base hit and an RBI single somewhere along the road. They've left probably 5 to 6 on base, have not kept that stat, this being an exhibition game. So many players being swapped in and out of the lineup. You could begin to see the shadows being cast across the field.
Now batting for Stamford, number 3, Liam Nicholson.
So Liam Nicholson will stand in. Gets a chance to hit here. It's been a while since he has come to the plate. I believe he's up for the second time today. A lot of the substitution rules used in American Legion ball not being utilized today, with this being an exhibition game, so players can pop up just about anywhere. Liam Nicholson attends Regis High School in New York City. Also plays some baseball there. Was part of a team as a 12-year-older that won the Little League All-Star Districts. Pitch in for the strike to Nicholson. Got a brother that's a very good basketball player, made all Catholic High School League in New York. He's down to the bag at first. So Nicholson, who's on, looking at Georgetown, Notre Dame, UNC. Certainly has his head on. 3-sport athlete: basketball, baseball, and soccer. He's down at the bag at first. You know he can run. Second time on base in the ball game. And they're charging from the corners with the bluff of a bunt. So Stamford perhaps maybe playing a little small ball here in the scoreless game, 6th inning. Get a good athlete, Nicholson, down at the bag at first. Novak looking in for the sign. The pitch is up high. Runner goes, and the throw not in time. And a glance off the shortstop. So Nicholson showing off that great speed of his. And Panisi trying to get to that ball. So now Stamford threatening with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. And the bunt is popped up, caught by the catcher. Beautifully done. So Babura cannot execute and push the runner along. And beautiful play by the catcher behind the plate.
Now batting for Stamford, number 10, Reed Giswaldi.
So Giswaldi will step up to the plate now with a runner down at the bag at second. Giswaldi had a chance to pitch today. Cannot tell you who's catching right now for South Windsor. Can't see the number with the chest protector straps covering the numerals. Ground ball off the pitcher, rolls to the shortstop position, and runners are at first and third, and hopefully Novak's going to be all right. That hit him pretty good. He's limping around somewhat. Shortstop had vacated going after that ball hit up the middle when it ricocheted off the pitcher, went all the way to where the shortstop is usually stationed. So now you get runners at first and third, but the concern obviously for the pitcher, Novak. Looks like Novak's going to be okay. Well, they'll let him take a few warm-up pitches. And while he does that, we'll just take a quick break. We'll be right back in just All right, welcome right back, and it looks like Novak will be okay, which is good news. So you get runners at first and third. A scoreless game here in the 6th inning.
Now batting for Stamford, number 15, Dylan McMorrow.
So Dylan McMorrow to step in, coming to the plate for the first time here today, and he's up in a big spot, isn't he? Here on the top of the 6th inning of a scoreless encounter. Runner's going to go first and second. They will throw down. The shortstop will cut off the throw. And there was no advance by the runner at third. So now you got two in scoring position. The infield will come in around the horn for Stamford. Trying to cut that runner down at the plate if they can. And that pitch is a little high. So McMorrow could deliver. A couple of runners. Popped it up and fouled it off. Big moment in the ball game. Novak's pitch. And that's a strike 3 call. And there's 2 outs in the inning. Beautiful pitch over the outside corner.
Now batting for Stanford, number 7, Connor Rondano.
Rondano will step on in. Rondano up for the first time, and what a chance for him here. Connor Rondano, a 10th grader at West Hill High School. And pitching there for the strike. One of his baseball highlights, playing at Cooperstown. I hear that's absolutely outstanding. So winning it all, had 6 homers. Cooperstown, he reaches out and got himself an RBI base hit. They're going to send a second runner. Here comes a throw, and not in time. And in the second, Rondano, and he brings home a pair, and he'll add this to his highlight reel as he collects 2 RBIs at Dunkin' Donuts Park here in Hartford. And Stamford jumps out to a 2-0 lead. So Stamford on top, 2-0 here in the top of the 6th.
Now batting for Stanford, number 16, Lewis Bear.
So Lewis Bear will step on in. Up here for the second time. Big swing and a miss. Stanford looking for an insurance run now, trying to add. And there's a line drive right at the second baseman, then the top of 6. But 2 on the board for Stanford. Rondano comes up with an RBI single that knocks in a pair. We'll be back with more of the bottom of the 6th upcoming right here from Dunkin' Donuts Park in Hartford.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, right back at Dunkin' Donuts Park as we continue with our coverage of American Legion baseball. Day 1 of our 2017 summer coverage. Coming here from beautiful Dunkin' Donuts Park in Hartford, home of the Yard Goats. It's great to see the folks here in Hartford opening up the doors to the high school baseball players for the recent Class LL baseball semifinals, and now for these 2 American Legion teams. They open up the concession stand, the bullpen. Bullpens are protected. They're out of sight, basically. Beyond the right field fence, you have both bullpens for the home team and the visitors.
Pitching for Stanford, number 9, Joshua Figueroa.
So Figueroa is going to pitch. He's played a couple of positions today, including second base. Now he'll pitch for Stamford.
And batting for South Windsor, number 22, Andrew Novak.
Novak will step in. He gave up the run a moment ago, 2 of them to be precise. As Stamford on top by 2 at 2-0. And the pitch is in there for a strike call. That's a little low. Figueroa, that big righty windup. Ground ball hit to the charging third baseman. And from the grass, it's slung along by Mondano for the out. Mondano with the 2 RBI base hit in the ball game, making the play at third. Kinsella stepping up to the plate yet again for South Windsor. Trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch, ball 1. Senior Legion teams from both Stamford and South Windsor making their way into the ballpark. Scheduled to play at about 7 o'clock. I don't know if they'll start them early or not. That pitch down low. Pitch over for the strike. Dan Van Horn, the head coach of the South Windsor 17 and under team. Scott Gallagher, also one of the assistant coaches. That's down low, ball 4, and that's a leadoff walk. So good start. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning for South Windsor, trailing by 2. As Kinsella able to draw the leadoff walk, and it brings up Isaac Bates. Bates has also pitched today. He's been up on the hill, and the offering, swing and a miss. Figueroa looking smooth. Leans in for the sign. Another swing and a miss by Isaac Bates, trying to catch up to that fastball. Ground ball hit off the end of the bat. Throw's going to go across the diamond by Papore, and it's going to be low and skips away from the first baseman. And the ball went out of play down into the dugout. Lewis Bear, the first baseman, checked that. That's actually Mac Morrow now playing at first base. Had to go dig it out of the dugout. Now you got runners at second and third on the E6. Nobody out. Vincent Antonisi stepping up to the plate. Big chance for South Windsor to get right back into this ball game. Down by 2 runs, gave up 2 in the top of the 6th. So Figueroa working from the stretch. Fastball hit high in the air. Straightaway center field. Center fielder makes the catch. That was not an easy catch with all that sunlight up there. That's a nice play. And you have an out. Leader's making the play in center field. So it brings up Caffrey now. Kieran. Facing Figueroa in the first pitch. Snaps over for the strike call. Figueroa trying to get out of the 2-out, 2-on jam. Got 1 down. 2 on base for South Windsor. Swing and a miss. Count goes 0-2. Caffrey to dig back in. Fouls that off. Figueroa ahead in the count. Runners lead from the bags at second and third in the offering, and that's a swing and a miss, and that's going to do it in the inning. So Figueroa, after giving up opportunities to South Windsor, comes back and he gets a key strikeout to end the sixth. We're back with a seventh. All that upcoming in just a moment. Stamford with a lead by 2.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways.
Well, Caffrey's on the mound, Kieran, to pitch for South Windsor here in the top of the 7th. Stamford owns a 2-0 lead. Both runs scored back in the top of inning number 6. Giving these young men the full treatment of what minor league ball is all about, with the music in the background. 2 runs on 7 hits and no errors for Stamford today. For South Windsor, no runs, just a couple of hits, no errors. Had some chances with runners in scoring position. And Sierra, the bat, he's pitched today for Stamford. He's also played some in right field, versatile player. Caffrey's pitching there for the strike. Another pitch down in the dirt. You know, the field is actually built below street level, Dunkin' Donuts Park. The concourse is basically street level as you walk in. There is a balcony seating that goes all the way around the park. You can probably see it quite easily. Caffrey's pitch, swing and a miss. He fooled him. Ario's going to jog down to the bag at first, and the strikeout is completed with a soft toss. The catcher, and you have one down as Palladino completed the strikeout with a soft toss to the first baseman. Candido stepping up to the plate for the first time for Stamford, leading by the score of 2-0 here in the 7th. I understand a lot of the American Legion teams have played very few games thus far because of some of the tough weather we have had. I believe Hamden's only played like 3 or 4. And the pitch. And that's a strike call. That pitch missed. Dito trying to get something going here for Stamford in the 7th. Another great pitch there. Another strikeout.
Number 11, Jack.
Kieran Caffrey throwing the ball effectively out in the mound. Caffrey's pitch way upstairs. Up high again. I would imagine the lights will go on for tonight's senior game between Stamford and South Windsor. And that's ball 4. So Jack Palmer down to the bag at first. He becomes a 2-out base runner. Zach stepping up to the plate. Reached base his first time. Dresses in that uniform like the old time ball players. Fouls it straight back. Beck showing a quick bat. Caffrey trying to keep Stamford off the board and give South Windsor better chance in the bottom of the 7th to battle back into this game, trailing 2-0. Both runs in the 6th. Mondano coming up with a big 2-run base hit. That's fouled straight back. Runner was going to go and no throw. The pitch was low and outside, no chance for the catcher. That's hit sharply, but right at the shortstop. Thrown across the diamond in time, and South Windsor will keep Stamford off the board in the top of inning number 7. 2-0 is score. Stamford with the lead. We'll return with the bottom of the 7th in a moment. That was Danny Kurzik who made the nice play at shortstop for South Windsor.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
I never realized how much the American Legion did.
All right, Nick Otis out there on the mound going through his warm-ups for Stamford here in the bottom of the 7th inning. South Windsor coming to the plate. They trail by 2. Mondano with the big hit. As Connor able to loop one into right center field to bring home a pair of runs in the 6th inning. Stepping up to the plate for South Windsor to try to get something going here in the bottom of the 7th is Josh Hobbs. So Hobbs will step in.
Batting for South Windsor, number 16, Josh Hobbs.
And the pitch to the plate is down low to Hobbs. As we mentioned, Hobbs, a real young guy, 6'4", 210 though. He's got great size. Going to graduate from high school in 2020. Pitch outside, trying to set the table here for the South Windsor 17 and under team. Nick Otis has been behind the plate. Now he's out in the mound. And that's in there for the strike. Otis looking confident out on the mound. Got some high heat. And that's a strike call. Otis not fooling around, coming right at Josh Hobbs. Hobbs stays alive. He hopes to attend the University of Virginia. And there's ball 4, so a leadoff walk, and Josh Hobbs down to the bag at first. So Santini to step in. So South Windsor with a runner on first base. Otis out in the hill for Stamford. First pitch is ball 1. There's going to be a little conversation out in the mound. They want to make sure this does not get away from Nick Otis and company. See a pinch runner come on for South Windsor. So Santini awaits. Be a senior at South Windsor. Late swing on the fastball. Nick Otis coming right at him. Otis doesn't mess around. He hits the baseball, gets back up on top of that mound, and he is ready to fire. Another swing and a miss. Checks a runner at the bag at first. And he got him. He strikes out Santini, as he just gave him a steady diet of fastballs, and you have one down and one on. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning. So to the plate for South Windsor comes Danny Kruzik. Kruzik can pitch. He can play the outfield. He's played some short today. It's a ground ball. This could be two. Fielded. They get the out at the bag at second on the first, and Kruzik hustling along will reach on the fielder's choice. So they eliminate the pinch runner on the force out at the bag. That's Caffrey.
Number 30, Julian Palladino.
So Julian Palladino to the plate. Palladino can catch. He can play some first base. He's 6 feet 150. He'll be a junior at South Windsor High School. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Still quite warm and comfortable today here in Hartford. The runner's going to go. No throw. See the shadows being cast out towards the pitcher's mound. That's going to be fouled straight back. Two balls, one strike to count. Palladino trying to keep things going here for South Windsor in the bottom of the 7th. And that's going to be a strike call over the inside corner. Nice pitch by Nick Otis. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ball was dropped, and they'll complete the strikeout with a throw down to the bag at first. And I believe that's it. They're going to play 7 innings of baseball. Indeed, they do. It becomes a final score. It is Stamford over South Windsor here at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Quite a novelty for both these teams to play here. And there's your final. It's South Windsor and Stamford in the 17 and under American Legion baseball game at Dunkin' Donuts Park. And your final score, Stamford 2, South Windsor nothing. The game-winning hit in the 6th inning by Connor Brandano. That's going to do it. And we'll be back with more in just a bit right here on SportingNewsCT.com. Scheduled for 7 o'clock tonight. The seniors will take center stage here at Dunkin' Donuts Park. That's going to do it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.